So it's kind of like me seeing this house and saying, I'm going to have that house. I'm going to claim it. And we're going to figure out how to pay the mortgage and all that eventually. Like, I don't need to get caught up in those details right now. I'm just going to energetically, vibrationally claim this. And so I want you to get that part that a lot of you get things coming in close, and it's like you get the fish on the hook and you're pulling it in, and then you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm worthy of the fish. I don't know. And then you let the fish go. And then instead of realizing you let the fish go, you go into inner dialogue and say how much you suck, and oh, I knew I wasn't worthy. I knew I wasn't enough. And this is what we have to shift if you really want to become a powerful creator. It doesn't matter what you're creating. There's no rules. There are infinite possibilities. Doesn't matter if it's health related, career related, relationships, money, all of it is it's all operating under the same laws of the universe with the laws of attraction. So what you're putting out, you're vibrationally drawing in all the time. So that's what I want you to really get, is where you're maybe glitching yourself, where you might be sabotaging or tripping yourselves energetically, and to claim ownership and realize no one is out to get you. Nobody is your enemy. You are probably your own worst enemy. And if you can start being more aware of your own dialogue, more aware of your own inner woundedness so that you can heal that and open yourself to receive, I promise you miracles will come in. I witness miracles daily now. It is my normal, where there was a time where I wished and prayed for a miracle of any kind, and I probably wasn't noticing lots of them because I was focused on what I didn't have. And now I'm constantly focused on what I love, what's beautiful, what's working out, what I adore, and I witness and co-create miracles daily. So I just want to help all of you really understand that. So I'm going to pause, and is there any other feedback or anything?
Yeah, and we're having a bunch of electric problems here.
Oh,
So,
are you getting a lightning storm?
I don't hear or see it, but the power keeps going up and down on one. Don't worry about it now. But
Okay.
somebody here says, what should one do to prepare for an angel reading or soul coaching session?
What should you do to prepare?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. Because a lot of times when I talk to people that don't know what I do at all, they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but some part of me feels like I should come work with you. The first thing that I encourage them to do is to just meditate a little bit before we meet. And even if they don't know what I mean by meditate, just get quiet with yourself, go in nature, go in your room, shut the door, get your journal out, and just kind of tune into what is it that I'm ready to clear from my life? What is it that I know is not working out and I'm ready to release it? And then what is it that I'm consciously or unconsciously ready to call in? And so sometimes if they're unconscious about it, I can help tune in and help them get that. And even especially if it's the stuff they're wanting to clear, sometimes we're not conscious of all of it because we are so amazing at tucking things down and not dealing with them that we totally can lose track of how much we've really suppressed. So I encourage them to do that. But even if they've not done that work and they come see me, the most important thing is that they come open, that they come with an open mind, an open heart, and an openness to receive. If they are totally just like, this isn't going to work, I don't believe in any of this, they're just a naysayer, I could send the energy and I can still assist them, and they will experience some kind of a vibrational shift. But if they're blocking the flow of that good and they wish to cling to that land of suffering, it won't really get through in the way that it would if they came in really open and receptive. It's kind of like you're giving advice to a friend that you love and you want them to hear that advice, and the more open they are to hearing and to shifting because they know something needs to change, it's going to help them more than if you're giving that advice to someone who absolutely does not want to heal. They actually like their suffering. They're getting something from being a victim. That's an example. So getting to kind of tune into what's going on in them and then helping them to realize, what do I want to embody? What do I want to call forth and embody? And to kind of get a sense of what that is. And then they just come, and if they're in person, they come lay on my healing table, and I just kind of guide them into a meditation. They connect with their breath, and the angels kind of, a lot of clients say they feel like they're being put under anesthesia. It's like they go down, and their bodies are in the third dimensional space, but we're working in the sixth dimensional space with healing. So everything's very vibrational. So a lot of times I'll encourage them to drink water before to hydrate, and then I'll give them water right after, because we burn off a lot of water in that space. So that's the main things I would encourage a client. If it's a remote client, same thing. I'll encourage them to hydrate, to tune into their intention, and then just to lay down and relax, to open to receive. And so whether they're in person or remote, I can assist them, because we're all connected on this big grid, energetic grid. And so I've had clients in New Jersey, I've had clients in Texas, in Arizona, in Canada. I've had clients all over the place, and that have had amazing shifts during a session, healing arthritis in a session. No joke. And I've had clients like dissolve tumors in a session, clients that have been so out of balance emotionally that at the end of our session, 2 to 3 hours later, they are laughing and they're like, oh my God, I'm so excited for my life. Like, everything's going to be different now. There's a shift of their perspective. So the more open you come, whether you're in my healing room or you're in your bedroom receiving an assistance, receiving assistance from us, it's powerful. And so your being open is the most important part of it, because it's like, I could try to water you and give you some water from the hose, you know, because you're thirsty. But if you come and pinch the hose, it's not going to work so good. So the more open you are and being receptive, the more nurturing and more assistance and energetic streaming you get. With soul coaching, I kind of similar tune into the client's need. Like, what are they wanting to look at in their life? Is it a career thing? Is it family? And then I just tune in intuitively and I start listening for messages just like I would in a clearing, but it's sometimes more focused towards some kind of certain conscious thing they want to create. Like when I've done soul coaching, a lot of times it's they want to just be more empowered in their business, or they want to have more free time with their family and they're working too hard. And so we'll tune into like how they can balance that. And as a soul coach, life coach, I help them look at that mind, body, spirit wholeness so that they really can see where they're out of alignment, where they're out of balance, and how it's affecting them so that they can choose and claim where they need to have that balance. So that's a good question. Thank you for asking that. And hopefully that helps some of you that might be on the fence that are like, I kind of am curious about working with Tanya, but maybe I don't understand. And call me. I don't know if my phone number is not up there, but I'll just say it. It's and for anybody that's maybe far away, it's 360-567-7576. And you can find any of my info on my TanyaAngel555.com website. So I encourage you to go there, send me an email, call me. I had a client the other day that called me and she was asking me questions and she's like, I'm sorry if I'm asking too many questions. I just really, and she's like struggling in what to say. And I was like, what they're telling me is that you've been taken advantage of by many humans. And so you're very guarded about this. And that's actually a good thing, but don't be so guarded that you don't open yourself, but also tune into my vibration and what do you feel? And she was like, whoa, like, wow, I didn't really expect you to say that. And she was really tuning in. She's like, well, what I feel is that I can trust you. And I feel like I was actually really drawn to you, like in a random way, which I would call synchronicity. But to her, she's still learning about this. So she called it random. And she felt that trust. But at the same time, she's a little guarded. And then the angels told me she's gone to psychics and different people who have lied to her and misled her. And I told her that. And she was like, oh my God, like that's totally true. So even in a phone call, people can really get a feeling with me, and even watching the show, you get a sense. So tune into my vibration. I really am here to empower every individual I connect with. So there's no codependency here. I'm not going to try to feed you stuff and convince you of things. I'm not going to make things up. It's all listening and getting messages and giving them to you, and it's nothing about me. I'm just very receptive and open. But calling me if you're curious is empowering, because this woman was on the fence. She's on Facebook, following me, watching me, and finally she called me and was like, I have questions. And we talked probably for an hour, and I just give clients this time, and I'm not afraid to answer your questions. So if you guys want to call in on this show, please call in. Don't be afraid to. If you want to get my number and call me privately, do that. And then if you want to receive a healing remotely or in person, if you're in my area, let's set it up. And I promise you, nothing but good is waiting for you. So hope that answers that question. And is there any other questions, Amnon?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to read you guys a couple things connected to Law of Attraction, my favorite book, Getting into the Vortex, which I've shared so many times. And today I was like, Source, what do you have for them? Open to this page. So this is pretty spot on. And I want you to, if you're open to it and you're not driving, to just sit back and close your eyes and really open your mind, open your heart, open your energy to really receive this message as if the entire universal support system that is there helping you was speaking through me, Tanya, to you to help you understand this. Okay? So just kind of close your eyes and open. While your life will continue to call more abundance to you, the majority of the work is already done. And now, with far less effort than you have been believing, your financial condition is about to improve. Without realizing it, you have been sifting through the experience of your life and summoning unspeakable abundant resources to your vortex, where they remain waiting for your alignment with them. This abundance has been defined and refined by you and cannot be kept from you or taken from you. It remains as your creation and can be claimed only by you. Your abundance that is banked in your vortex of creation will continue to expand because your life will continue to call more abundance through you. If it ever feels to you as if you have come to the end of the resources that you have set aside, it will not be because you have reached the end, but simply because you are depriving yourself of what is there. So really feel that. Like if you think there's not enough of something, it's not because there's not, it's because you're depriving yourself. For there is no ending to the resources of the vortex. Or the way I look at it, there's no end to the resources of the universe, the source energy support system. The process of life assures that. With every listening to our guided meditation on financial abundance, your resistance will become less and your allowing will become more. Until one day, you will read the words that are written upon this page and you will understand, without question, the true worthiness of your being. So maybe right now you're not feeling worthy, and that's okay. Have the awareness to be honest about that, and then have the wisdom to tune in to healing that, to face that today. That's your number one thing to focus on. That is your priority. It is nothing else external. To focus and face that feeling of unworthiness, number one priority. From that shift, everything shifts. I have seen amazing transformations with clients that come in one state, sick, drug addicts, lost, confused, got broke up with, just lost their marriage, lost a life partner, they're sick in their physical body, financially broke, and then watch them over a course of a few months after having a clearing, shifting, amazing relationships, healthy body, bringing in more money, living life authentically, and so excited. So it's like, I kind of look at myself like a bridge keeper, and I'm standing on that bridge, and I'm guiding you from this 5 sensory misaligned life to cross this bridge over to the 6 sensory way of living with truth, living with integrity, living with trust. This is our natural state. This is what we were created to be. But this over here that we're used to is what's been conditioned. We've been trained to be in lack. We've been trained to be in fear. We've been trained to be in conflict. And it's not our natural state. And it doesn't even feel natural. It feels terrible. But so many of us have become identified, and we identify ourselves with this place, knowing it sucks, knowing it's terrible, but we are afraid to cross that bridge. And I'm here as an aligned, loving, listening bridge keeper to guide you and nudge you, whether it's through a workshop or a healing session or a yoga class, an art class. The intention of my soul is to help lift you and guide you across that bridge to this amazing space that you deserve and are completely worthy of. So really feel that feeling of being truly worthy without question. You will stand in complete acceptance of your value, offering no resistance whatsoever to the evidence of your value. So think about that energetically.
Oh,
if you're
good.
feeling you're not worthy, at some level you're offering resistance. You're in a relationship, but you don't really trust that they may hurt you. And so rather than